McKay, the rookie trader, and we are back day 17 of trading from, I don't know, paper trading to profitable trading. I don't even know what day 17 is anymore. It's just day 17 of trading. We reached a ceasefire with Iran, a little shaky, but could make trading conditions a little bit better for today and maybe next week. So we will hop into our screener. This is like the most amount of stocks that have been on our screener for quite some time, which to me is a sign that things are a little hot today. All right, we'll check out game, and we will check out GLMD. GMLD, I already got a little sneak peek. Looks pretty fresh. I mean, it's already almost doubled its price, but it's just one big movement, and now we're really consolidating around VWAP. So this could be a really nice possible open for us. As for game, it looks like we've already made quite the moves. But let's go ahead and read the news, see what's going on. Revenue more than doubles. That is amazing news for what we are doing. Oh wait, I didn't see this. Iran flags ceasefire violation. Eesh. Well, we have our setup, and our setup remains the same regardless. Right, so GLMD, what is your news? Develops a brain penetrating formula for Parkinson's. Oh wow. Yeah, that's good news to see. ARAI. Arrive AI secures patent 3 days ago. Not crazy. PMAX. Nothing really on PMAX. Oh, looks like it's a power. Could be power. All right. ELAB again. ELAB did some nice stuff yesterday. This is a power stock. So with everything going on, it's no surprise. ELAB had a big move that I definitely missed yesterday. Long-term supply. Long-term agreement. Looks like that could have some really good news going on it. DKI. There's really a lot. Okay, this is going downhill. This just doesn't even look tradable at all. This looks like everybody already had their fun with this one, to be honest. Like, it's just been given up on. Check out Click. What is your news? Why do people like you? Okay. Whoa. Okay, JIPR. Yeah, that doesn't even look worth looking at. So really, it's between GL and D. And honestly, I would say E-Lab is one I want to watch as well. E-Lab, GMT. All right. Let's hop over into the. Looks like we have about 5 minutes till market open. I'm gonna hop over to the trading view screener real quick and just see what it's giving us. GLMD, ARAI, looks like it's basically all the same stuff. I would say GLMD is definitely my favorite right now. Let's check it out on the 1 minute real quick. In the past, I really like stocks like this. That like this is like top 3 most active stocks today. And it has a nice support line here. So to me, I always like this just to see like sometimes right before the open, it'll like pop up. Sometimes it's better when it's like a wedge. Like you could argue that it is sort of a wedge like that. You could argue, but that's not my strategy. So we're not going to trade that, but we're going to keep an eye on it regardless. Let's see how these open. There's really nothing we can do right now. We've scouted our stocks. Now we just have to wait for the open, wait for the first 5 minute candle to form, and see if anything fits our setup. We'll still definitely keep an eye on game as well. And ARAI. They're in the top 5 most active. So definitely worth keeping an eye on. All we can do is wait. I had to find an edge that worked for me because the quick trades, I mean, not that mine's not quick sometimes, but the really quick trades does not fit my personality. I will overtrade all day if I just hop into random trades. I'll force anything. GLMD, definitely my favorite so far. I like that it's not too far from VWAP. It's got lots of activity, pretty fresh move. These are the ones that I always think are going to be the best for my strategy. And then sometimes they're not, which sucks. Yeah, Right, sorry about that. Looks like we are opening. ELAB is opening very strong. And GLMD is also having a really nice open. GLMD. Let's just mark out the pre-market high here. This is a all over the place first minute candle for GLMD. It's thicker, but it's also like the same like smallness as that other one was. Right. You're right. All right. This could go both ways for both. GLMD, I still have hope for this one. Like go ahead and go down, maybe bounce off the 200 here, and then we reclaim VWAP and go for a break. This might be the 5-minute orb high on this one. I want something steady. All right, let's see how the other ones are doing. Like ARAI is opening green, that's good. ELAB, Gipper. All right, here we go. Come on, GLMD. Reclaim VWAP. You can do it. You can do it. ELAB is really steady. I love that. Love that. Making a new high too. That's great. Super bullish. GLMD. We need a reclaim of VWAP, and then we need a nice voluminous candle. It might not do it. Oh, come on, break VWAP. You can do it. ELAB has a beautiful pullback. Oh, deep pullback. Maybe not as beautiful as I thought it was going to be. No. We'll just set up a long position just in case. We're still green on the first 5 minutes. No, we're not. Is anything green on the first 5? Not really. This one is, but watching GLMD. Not looking too hot though. All right, we'll jump over to game, see how game's doing. Alright, remaining patient on ELAB. Let's see if we can get a nice volume candle. Game's looking good. Alright, I'm on game now. I'm gonna see if game can get a pullback I like. Just a pullback to retest this. Obviously, I had a super bullish break. I just want to pull back. Because I don't want to chase. I don't want to chase and destroy my RR ratio. YMT. Alright, I'll check YMT out. Oops. Hold on, the chart just like messed up. Oh my god. Dude, Weeble's killing me right now. Oh yeah, that looks good. What's the news on this? That's a beautiful pullback. Wait, hold on. Game's having a pullback. That was literally what I was waiting for. This is what I was waiting for. So that's beautiful pullback on game right now. YMT too, nice pullback. If this can confirm with more volume than the previous. Hold on, game's having a good pullback. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty bullish on YMT. It just needs to be higher volume than these red candles for me to like it. Like I like game. We have a nice impulse move. These pullbacks, good wick at the bottom of that one, help you up. Lower volume. But it's going deep. I need it to curl up. It's not doing it. GLMD though, nice little VWAP break. Oh, Gepper's really breaking out. Alright, we'll jump back to game here in a second. Dang, another very, very, very deep, not even a pullback. That's just like a straight rejection, honestly. For 8 break. Are you talking about YMT? The only thing I don't like about YMT is the red candle's volume. But obviously, it's looking good. It's a really nice curl. Might break the new high. Yeah, and it also has bad recent news, which I just can't trade. Even if it looks good, I don't trade bad news. Alright, let's see what game's doing down here. Nothing's going up on my screeners right now. Nothing's going up. Everything's kind of just trading in that window. See if it hits the support again. It should look. I mean, look at this. It's not going anywhere. Game is not going anywhere. These are the most active stocks. YMT is having a nice pullback. It retested that high, rejected off of that. Still watching game. Sky Q. I do not have Sky Q on my screener. I don't have like a screener that's telling me live things. My strategy is the 5-minute orb. I probably should get a screener that checks out these stocks. I'll watch it. I'll see if we can get a pullback. Oh, that's what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about YMT. I did not see Sky Q. Missed it again. But that's okay because I don't have FOMO. I am not getting FOMO. That's just gonna make me make bad trades. And I'm not gonna trade emotionally. That was a nice squeeze. I'm sure it's got more in it too. I don't know what it's gonna take for me to trade this. This is a good pullback here. Clearly. Like a pullback to the 9 maybe? That'd be nice. I really want to see a pullback to the 9. I don't know, it's not my strategy. So if I make this trade, no matter what, I'm breaking my rules. But does look really good. It's more momentum than I've seen all week. Let's get a pullback to the 9. Come on. You can do it. There it is. Now it's pulling back to view up, and it's dropping way more. This move might be over. I'm glad I did not chase it. Check back on Gipper real quick. Doesn't really have much volume. Dang. Sky Q rejected. That's a train. That's a change in trend structure. It's a lower low. I thought Gipper was gonna do something. I thought it was gonna make a nice new break. Had some volume flying in, but no, it's not doing it. Nokia has a really nice structure. Really nice structure on Nokia. Except for a lot of red volume. Could just be a 5-minute pullback. What is your news, Nokia? What is your news? New chair. That's not exciting. I want like exciting news report or something. That is not exciting at all. That was the orb strategy. The orb strategy for me, I do the 5-minute orb on small cap stocks. So if the first 5-minute candle is green, then I mark the high and the low, obviously. If it breaks the high, then I enter the trade, aiming for about a 1 or 2 R ratio. And it was working great for me before the war started. I can show you my trade log. It was working good. I had a lot of wins. I've been refining the strategy. It's been getting better. But since the war started, like nothing seems to be breaking that first 5-minute high. But it was working really good. It just works for me because it keeps me from chasing. It keeps me in a very defined entry and exit strategy. It removes a lot of emotion, has predefined risk. It's just easy for me in that sense. I don't want to overcomplicate it trading, because if I do, then I'm going to lose money. So the more simple that I keep it, the better I've found it works for my psychology. But like I said, unfortunately, there's just been I just had I just had 4 no trade days in a row, which I've never had that before. Well, I'm watching Nokia. I might take. See, the thing is, do I take this? See, the reason I can't take Nokia is it's against my instinct at this point to see a high red volume candle like that, to see a high green candle volume like that, but it's a doji. It's just like against my instinct. Like unless this confirmation, like if this candle here was this much volume, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm taking that trade. And it doesn't mean this trade isn't gonna work, but these are just things that like my body's like, you're forcing it. You can't trade that. I want to make a trade so bad. Like it's been so hard to not trade. Honestly, it's like really boring, but I don't want to make bad trades either. On the 5-minute, this is actually really bullish. I kind of want to make this trade. Like I want to make this trade, but also it's technically a rule break. But it's so bullish on the 5-minute. As a pullback, more volume. I mean, that looks so good. Cool, Mark. Did you try pre-market high breakout for entry? Yeah, Marco, you're right. Like we can watch the stocks, but at the end of the day, my strategy is over. There's no trades for me to make today because I really want to stick to the 5-minute strategy. Like I've done the whole like strategy hopping thing, and it doesn't mean that other strategies don't work, but I've found a strategy that works for my psychology, and so I can't just hop around, like that's just like what they say like the rookies do. And I know I'm the rookie trader, but I'm trying not to be the rookie trader, so I really can't strategy hop. I just can't. I have not tried pre-market high breakout for entry. Um, Typically, I feel like my best 5-minute orb breaks are a combination of breaking that pre-market high and breaking the 5-minute opening range high as well. So, sort of yes and no. It's really hard to sit here and watch this Nokia trade because I like every bone in my body feels like I could enter this and make some money on it, and that feeling of wanting money, we'll call it greed, obviously, right? It makes me want to make this trade because I think it can work, but it's just not my setup. So I just don't. I know that's boring to watch too from a streaming perspective, but I don't want to be the person who's just like making a bunch of trades for entertainment. Like I'm actually serious about trading, and YouTube's just kind of for fun, help keep me disciplined and stuff. And welcome back, Marco, by the way. Thanks for joining in again. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'm doing a trip up to Denver. So I won't be trading either, which sucks, right? Because honestly, you get so hooked on trading, you want to do it all the time. But no, it's okay to have that breather from trading so you just kind of get a little detached from it. Yeah, there's really nothing for me to trade today. All the stocks on my screener, we'll look at them. We'll look at the spark line. It just no movement, no movement on this one. This one's curling up. Doesn't matter though. This one's going down. This one's going down. This one's going up, but it doesn't have any volume. Oh dang. I hate when it does this. Paper trade, Nokia. Yeah, that's a good idea. We can hop over to paper trading. It's like a good outlet. Let's hop over to the paper trader. That's a good idea, especially because we're not making any more trades today. We'll just hop over to the paper trader. Why not? Looks like it's messed up, to be honest. Doesn't look like it's working right now. I feel like from my experience so far, it's so easy to convince yourself that something's going to work because when it's real money, like obviously you just want to make money. Like that's the whole like point of trading psychology. That's why trading's hard. But when you get to the point when you start straying from your strategy, from my experience, you just literally will convince yourself that anything works. You'll be like, oh, well, that this is happening, so it's gonna work, or this is happening, so it's gonna work. Like there's a wick here, so it's gonna work. Like I don't know. Well, we can paper trade it though. Let's see. Like I would say like, oh, it's a pullback to the EMA 20. It's got a nice little wick. It's got less red volume than green volume. If I was doing like a scalping strategy, right? That's what I would be bullish on. And then waiting for confirmation to me would look like a green candle closing above this previous red candle with higher volume, which it's not doing right now. I could have like entered in. There's another wick. Let's see. I use the 5-minute orb because when I was using the 15-minute orb, which I started with, I felt like I was missing moves. Like I was getting moves too late. I can show you my trade log here. I'll just jump over on trade log because Nokia's not working on the paper trading anyways. So this is my trade log. The first 11 trades, I believe, are using the 15-minute orb. And we'll look at the losses and wins for those first 11. 8 losses, 1, 2, 3 wins. And then I figured, okay, I actually read a research article by like 3 guys. One of them's like a Switzerland finance guy. The other one owns a trading thing for like Quaint trading. I don't know. It was like a pretty in-depth 20-page research article about the 5-minute orb strategy. and they compared it to the 15-minute orb, 30-minute orb, even like the hour orb, and the 5-minute orb outperformed them all by a long shot. So that was enough to convince me that most of the move happens in that first 5 minutes. You're getting that high and that low. That's kind of gonna set the tone for the day. So looking at the equity curve, trade AR, AI if it breaks. Yeah, we can go back over to that. Just real quick though, this, for the most part, this was 15-minute orb. Then I switched to the 5-minute orb, and then we've been much more uphill. We have taken a couple of losses recently. Like I said, since the war started, it's just really been tough. Ooh, yeah. REI's, this is already broken. This is good. Let's just, all right, we'll paper trade this. Let's just wait for this to break over this red for further like confirmation. Just to prove that this move is going to continue to rip a little bit more. It could just start consolidating. Let's see. It basically did break the 5-minute orb already. My rule is usually, though, I want that first 5-minute candle to be green. And the reason that's a rule is just because that's what the research article that I read, that was their rule. And they outperformed the market by like insane. Here, we'll enter on this paper trade. And we'll see what it does on the paper trade. That's a fun idea. I didn't wait for it to close or have higher volume, but I don't know. Let's have some fun. Let's see how it does. So the stop loss so far, well, that's fine. See, now you're getting that feeling of like, oh, I should have done this with the real money. Should have done this with the real money. How exciting would that be? But no, let's just keep watching. Usually with the stop loss, depending on how wide that 5-minute orb range is, I will set my stop loss to the bottom of that 5-minute opening high or the opening low. I'll set it to. But it just depends. I mean, if it like is a really big range, then maybe I'll set it to like this one gives me room at VWAP, right? Because we know that stocks tend to come back to VWAP, bounce off VWAP. I don't know. I like to give it breathing room. Ooh, look at that. Now I'm kind of glad that I didn't trade with real money. That was quite the rejection at that price. We'll hold though. It's not real money, so I'm not stressed. I'm not gonna log this on the log either. For the take profit, I kind of really just go with what the chart's given me. Like right now, if I was trading with real money, oh, I don't have my hotkeys on paper trading anymore. Like I'm gonna sell. Like obviously it's not real money, so we're not stressing. The reason I'm gonna sell is because my take profit is what the chart's telling me. If I entered this trade and I saw the highest volume candle right here, this is the volume, highest volume over everything else, does that, like to me that's just not a good sign. I don't want to stay in a stock that most of the volume is pushing us down like that. So then maybe I'll sell like half of my position for a win, hold the other half, see what it does. Fill at 115. I already took it off. I don't honestly think this is going to hit 115 because of that high volume rejection. But we can keep watching them. I don't have a defined take profit yet because I'm waiting for my statistics to accumulate more data so I can see my average winner, like how far it runs. Like right now, most of my winners hit 1R. So I try to keep an open mind and be like, okay, let me hold until this hits at least 1R. But if I see something like this in the charts, to me, that's a sign that it's going to be rejected, which we'll see. Maybe it hits the EMA 9, or maybe we come back down to VWAP and it curls back for another break. But right now, I don't have any signals telling me that. I just don't like seeing a big candle like that. It's not clean. It's not A plus for me. Like, as boring as it is, as much as I wish I made a real trade today, I feel like I saved myself from losing money, really, and from breaking my rules, which is even more important. Because if you make money on a rule break, it's not a winning trade. Yeah, so far, we'll see if this bounces off VWAP. But like I said, so that's where if I entered that with real money, maybe I only sold for 2 cents a share, but that's better than selling down here. My computer is starting to lag. Apologies for the lag in the stream. This is all happening from one budget-friendly laptop. Yeah, see, it doesn't look like RAI is doing what we were hoping it would do. Same thing with the 5-minute. Did I test it on large caps? So the research article that I read tested it on large caps, mid cap, all the caps. The only reason I do small caps is one, I don't have a lot of money. So if I traded a large cap, I'd be trading like 2 or 3 shares maybe. So it wouldn't be worth my time. And then the reason I like small cap stocks is because they have less shares, so a lower supply. And then I like trading like news, so higher demand, lower supply. I just like to keep it basic like that. So that's what I've been doing it on, and it works for me and like the amount of money that I have. A low supply, high demand, defined entry and exit. It's still not easy, but really it becomes a battle against my psychology and just being patient. And being patient, I think, is the hardest thing to learn. And I'm still trying to get better at it. It's not as fun to watch, I think, but I'm trying to be fully authentic, not just like a streamer who makes 10 trades a day. We have only made one trade with real money so far, and that was a 1150 loss. But our paper trading account, it's not real money, but I started this one at 5,000. And using the 5-minute orb, we're at 5,700. So I just need to take what I've done here and replicate it with real money. But I followed a very, very, very strict rule set. Yeah, I wait for a 1-minute candle to break the 5-minute high. So I'll usually look at, I don't know, let's look at an example. And the first 5 minutes has to be a green candle. I've been looking at other stocks to see how it performs on the, if it's a red candle for the first 5 minutes. But for now, my rule is it has to be a green first 5 minute. Well, we are lagging pretty bad right now. So for example, on DKI, if this first 5-minute candle is green, I would set my entry at the top, my stop loss at the bottom, zoom in on the 1 minute, and then I'll wait for a 1 minute green candle to close above. It has to close because I've taken trades before in the past where it breaks the orb high, I enter the trade, it closes below, and then just instantly rejects. So gotta wait for the confirmation. In this case, I would also normally want that candle that breaks to have ideally higher volume than every other candle, or at least higher volume than all the other red candles. And then I would just kind of set the take profit to maybe 1 or 2R just to see. But I really just go off of what the chart's telling me to decide if I should sell or not. And if it was a small 5-minute range like this, like I'm definitely setting the stop loss at the bottom, no higher. I don't want too tight of a stop loss on a small cap stock. You want to give the candles room to breathe. Right now, the first 5-minute candle being green is a hard rule for me because most of my strategy revolves around the research article that I read. I could try to pull the article up too if you're interested. But yes, right now it's a hard rule. I do look at stocks that have a red 5-minute candle just to play around to see, should I change my rule? Like, is this rule a little too strict? Right now, I haven't been given a reason to change that rule though. To me, it just means that it signals that it opens strong, it opens green, I don't know. Fits my psychology. This is the only stock on our screener that has made a movement up today. Nice little break of the high there. Like eventually I want to get into scalping. But right now, I think it's super important to master one strategy instead of doing a bunch of different ones. And yes, it looks like our ARAI is not working. So I'm glad we didn't do that. YMT. So YMT does work. This fits the setup actually perfectly. $20 EMA on the daily. $20 EMA on the daily. Which one? The ARAI? So YMT does work. It has a green opening 5-minute candle. For me, it wasn't on my screener, so I didn't see it. But also, the first 5 minutes is a very, very, very high range. And so even if we entered on the break here, it looks like it didn't really even hit. We'd have to see where we put our stop loss. So this is our last 5-minute candle. So maybe I would have set the stop loss at the bottom of this candle or this candle, entered on the break, but it really still didn't give you much of a run after the fact. It made most of its move in that first 5 minutes, which unfortunately my strategy makes me wait the first 5 minutes to do anything at all. So if the move itself happens in that first 5 minutes, then I just miss it, and that's just what it is. Okay, the YMT is at the 20. Is it at the 20 right now on the daily? Like that's the resistance. Because that would make sense. Like clearly it didn't want to go higher than this price, right? Like that's clear resistance that we hit 1, 2, 3 times. I'm not sure if YMT had news. Yeah, so that's another reason I'm not going to trade something that has bad news. I mean, obviously it has good news a day ago, a record potato yield. That's fun. But I see negative news is the most recent news. I'm not interested. These are rules I have created here that are because of losing trades that I've made. And so one of them is good news only. The first one is good news only. And that's because I took a trade that matched my setup. The first 5-minute candle was green. It broke the high. It looked good. I traded it and it didn't work. And when I looked at the news, it was negative news. And I was like, okay, it kind of seems like common sense that I shouldn't be trading a stock with negative news. So I really try not to overcomplicate things. I keep it very simple, even if it means I have a bunch of no trade days. I do think that it's just because the market's so cold right now because of the war. But I think when the war is over, there's still going to be a bunch of effects on the economy. You know, we haven't really fully felt the full effects of everything, but eventually the market's going to correct, and then hopefully we'll be back on a bullish run. And when we're back on a bullish run, I'll have a lot more setups, I'd imagine. But I'm still going to show up every day because you never know. Double top on SkyQ. I already closed out my trading platform. I'm not gonna stare at it all day. I really try to trade only like an hour or two a day. And like I said, most of my trades happen in the morning. If they don't happen in the morning, then there's no trades for me because I don't want to be sitting on my computer screen for 8 hours a day. Like I don't know, you just gotta find something that works for you. So even if like the strategy I'm explaining wouldn't work for you, that's okay. You just gotta learn other people's things and then see if there's any advice you want to incorporate into your own strategy. No forcing trades that your initial instinct is to avoid. I've done that way too many times. We almost did that today. Five-minute orb strategy research article. I eventually want to make a video about this because it is quite a fascinating article to me. Yeah, thank you. Keep the discipline. Exactly. That's what they say is the number one thing if you want to be a profitable trader, right? SkyQ is a good scalping stock. We can take a look at it. That'd be worth maybe paper trading. This is the article that helped me decide to switch from 15-minute orb to 5-minute orb. And I'm definitely going to make a video about it at some point. That does look good. We can, let's see, I can connect my paper trader on TradingView. And we can play around with it. That's nice that it wicked off of the, I want to say that's the EMA 9. I honestly don't know what I have on TradingView. But it's nice that it wicked off of that. Decreased volume, increasing green volume to close above previous candle. All right. EMA 20. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Well, we entered on the TradingView paper trading platform. I would set a stop loss probably around here. Nothing too deep, but I want to give it room to breathe. And then obviously the take profit would be aiming for a retest of that high. Tell me what you would do if you were, would you have entered right there if you were scalping this? Do you like that bounce off of the EMA 20? It wicked again, which, to me is a pretty good sign. Definitely slowed down. Is MACD negative? That's it's a good indicator. That makes sense. I only have the free version of TradingView, so I don't have MACD or I can only do two indicators. Waiting to see if it goes down to the VWAP. Yeah. Last time I went to VWAP though, it was not quick. Definitely took 10, 15 minutes to finally bounce. I think my computer's really lagging right now. Yeah, it really seems to be holding EMA 20. So like I said, it's like we're not doing this with real money because it's not my strategy, but still fun to do on the paper trader for sure. That's good volume, good candles. Ooh, that's a really good candle. That's really nice to see, huh? Oh, back down. Yeah, we'll see. Like, I don't think it's really gonna make much of a bigger high. It could though, but for the sake of this, we're just gonna aim for basically a retest of that high for our exit point for our take it profit. Scalping, you'd be already. Yeah, that's valid. If I was scalping, we already had the profit. Be leaving. I would definitely move my stop to. We can do a trailing stop. I mean, really, I would probably just do it like here. Really tighten it. Nice, $60 on 200 shares. Nice. Hell yeah. Good scalp. But that feels good. Yeah, if this was real money, yeah, I mean, if this was real money, I should close, but nice. Good job, Marco. Scalping is a really fun strategy, I think. Like if I wasn't doing the 5 minute orb thing, scalping would be my next go-to. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and close. We'll say if this money, we'd close our position, take the profit. Mainly because I see a big wick like that. A wick on our green, a wick on our red candle, high volume, probably losing its momentum, not gonna keep going up. So Marco is the bank for closing that position and securing a little bit of profit. This video from part-time Larry about your strategy. You have to check it out. Yeah, definitely. It's about the 5-minute orb, this video. Mark, are you still scalping Sky Q? Or are you just entering at the EMA 20 each time? Or not each time, I guess it's only bounced off EMA 20 once. You could try and like, I don't know if I'd do it again personally. But that's like some people, maybe they'll do VWAP scalp, right? Like bounce off VWAP, take profit, bounce off VWAP, take profit. Sure, there's a strategy out there like that. Second entry on EMA 20. Nice. All right, I want to look into this part-time Larry. Nine one, nice. Good job, Marco. Good day for you. Hey, I want to say, Alan, what was that video called? I definitely would be curious in seeing someone make a video about this strategy because I honestly haven't seen too many videos about the 5-minute orb strategy. Oh, you got a VWAP bounce on SkyQ? $15. I'll check it out. My computer's like thanking me for having a break from all this software being open. But let's check it out. Oh yeah, nice. I don't even where is VWAP on the 15-second? I don't see it. But it took a nice bounce off of the 200. That's a beautiful bounce. If you got in around here, that's a beautiful scalp. Wow. 15-second might be too fast for me. That's impressive that you're able to keep up with that. I did play around with the 10-second because I was trying to do Ross Cameron's pre-market strategy, which is basically scalping. And I don't know, it was too fast for me. In at 8.6, out at 9. Wow, that's really good. Wow, 40 cents a share. Nice. 8.6. Good trade. Out at 9. Nice. Good exit too. Beautiful. It might do it again. $80 and done for the day. Nice. That's great profit. I don't know what your account size is, but I'm assuming it's probably smaller. So $80 is amazing. Have you traded live with Ross before? I have not traded live with Ross, no. I'm sure that would be very helpful. I'm in Colorado, so Ross is trading around 7:30 Eastern time, 7 Eastern time I think he begins. And that would be 5 a.m. for me, which is just really not feasible. If I was more east, then I would definitely be up that early because I'm up here at like 7 a.m. my time. 5 a.m. is just a little too much of a stretch for me. Have you traded with Ross live before? I'd imagine it'd be very educational. Yeah, I would imagine he's super fast. I mean, it took me a while to even realize that he was trading the 10-second. I thought he was trading the 1 minute. And when I found out he was trading the 10-second, like in and out, like in seconds, yeah, I don't know, it blew my mind. Like I said, that's just better in pre-market, I think, when you're getting those fresh news catalysts, but it's just too early for me. But and he's been doing it for years too. I'm sure being a member of his thing was super helpful. I do love his software and stuff he offers. I just can't afford that package right now. Whoa, it is dropping. Yeah, that's awesome. $80 for the day. I've been done for the day for a while. It's too soon. I can't switch up my strategy. I think all this volatility, though, if you are going to be a scalper, it's a great time. I've been seeing on Ross's channel, though, he's been having a lot of red days recently, a lot more red days than he usually has. And, obviously I attribute that to the market right now. Oh, damn, he became a member too. And on the Monday, he lost 50K. He lost 30%. Damn. Yeah, he's been struggling a bit, but I'm sure everybody is. It's just such a bearish market right now. He's still a great trader. Obviously, he's a great trader. I mean, he's made so much money. Yeah, that was bad luck, um, for sure. He's a great trader, clearly very profitable. He's proven that. I learned basically everything I know from watching his YouTube videos. I would say, Alan, make sure that, I mean, it's hard like with Ross because he's making his trades so quick. You don't really have time to set up a long position calculator and literally calculate your risk. I'm not sure how Ross does it, but I don't risk more than 2% of my account in one single trade. So losing 30% of your account, that's, yeah, never copy trade. Never copy trade anybody. And even he says that. Just don't copy me. Just learn from me and make it your own. Yeah, he's another mindset. And he's been doing it for like 7 years, and he's got 6 monitors, and he's just, his brain is literally wired for this at this point. No way you can just go in and even try to replicate what he's doing if you have under 5 years of experience. But I would say definitely that's why I tried to find a strategy for me that made it so I'm making sure that I can calculate my risk before I enter, and I'm not risking more than 2% of my account. His broker, yeah, he's a really good broker. All right, guys, that's been it for me today. Thank you both for joining in on the stream. Makes it a lot more fun to have people to talk to. You help me learn, and I hope you learn a little bit too. Share what we know. That's the point. I just want this to be a good community. But make sure to leave a like if you enjoy watching this content, and subscribe if you haven't already to follow along my journey. Watch me become a profitable trader, because I will be, and I will stick to my strategy. That is right, because that is what you got to do. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Won't be any streams tomorrow because I am traveling, but I'll be back next. I'll be back next Monday.